Hello students, today we are going to discuss regarding distribution system in water supply engineering. So the following are some of the contents. In this we are going to discuss our general requirements, systems of distribution, in those gravity system, combined system and direct pumping. So we'll start with the distribution system, the different systems, how the water supply is being done, and the general requirements are good amount of water to fulfill the demand. So we are going to understand the quantity of water to be fulfilled as per the demand. The quality of water should not spoil during the travel of water or storage of water. Even the quality of the water, it should be in the safe mode. Similarly, it should be in the protected mode where you are going to store the water. Similarly, how you are going to distribute the water to the public. Water should reach to every consumer with the required pressure. In this, the consumer, he might be in far place from the treatment plant, so it is not easy to send the water with prescribed diameter of the pipe or using some other techniques, but the pressure of that water, it should be same until it reaches the last house of the city. Materials and machineries used should be of good quality. Now, to maintain the pressure, to maintain the quality of water and to maintain the quantity of water, you are require some type of the materials irrespective of any materials of construction. Similarly, the machineries, just like the pumps or some other machineries, it should be in good condition. During repair works, it should not cause obstruction to traffic. Now, coming to all above points, now how we are going to repair the work. Just like when we provide the pipelines or when we provide the different connections, it should not be disturbing the public while they are transporting or traveling. If it is being disturbed, then there is no use of construction of this distribution system. The distribution system should be economic, easy to maintain and repair. And this is the most important point in this. While construction of distribution system, it is easy to construct, but while coming to the maintenance and the repair, it should not be so much economic, so that during the repair or the maintenance it takes more amount rather than the construction. And the last, it should be watertight and leakage proof should be avoided, and leakage should be avoided. Now we'll discuss the systems of distribution. How we are going to distribute the water supply to respective consumers, respective industries, etc. First, main work of distribution system is to convey water to consumers with required quantity, quality and pressure. As I have discussed, the distribution has the main motto about quantity, quality and pressure of the water. There are various types of distribution systems. Among them, some are being listed. The choice of system depends on the relative elevations of the town. The different systems of distribution are gravity system, pumping system and combined system. Now we will understand every system's details by detail. First, gravity system. This system is adopted where source of supply such as lake or impounding reservoir is at a sufficient elevation with respect to city or town. So gravity system, by name itself, it says the water is being supplied through the gravitational flow. In the sense, the difference in elevation, the flow is been going. The required pressure is given by the gravitational force. Since water flows due to gravitational force, no pumping is used. Therefore, it is more economical system. Advantages is this method is simple, reliable and economical. Water flows by gravity, therefore no pumping is required. Less maintenance, system requires small sizes of pipes. So if there are advantages, it should be containing some disadvantages. It is not suitable if the source of water is not at sufficient elevation. The system cannot provide high pressure for fire demand. So I have been shown one of the image saying that the head loss, the gravitational force and the gravity system of water supply to the domestic and industries with sufficient elevation between distribution reservoir to the distribution area. So there are different elevated head losses. First, we will be understanding how the distribution or the system works. First, the treatment plant sends the water to a elevated reservoir, the distribution reservoir. Later, the piping systems we have been allotted or we have been placed such a way that if we open the valves, the water due to the high elevated situation, the water pressure itself takes the water to the required distances at or till the last consumer is going to get the water with sufficient pressure. So this is about the gravity system. Next we will go to the second system is pumping system. In this pumping system, water is pumped and directly supplied to the network. The lift pumps are required and their operation should be continuously watched. In this case, no storage is required. Supply can be affected during power failure and breakdown of pumps. Hence, diesel pumps can be used as alternative. So in this system, the water is being distributed or supplied through some external application. In the sense, we are going to use the pump, hydraulic pump, for supplying the water from lower elevated or lower position to the higher elevated or higher position of the areas. So here, if anything happens, like if the pump is being run by a electricity, then the pumping system, there might chance of getting damaged due to high power or the low power variations. Even there are chances of electricity cut off during some emergencies. Then there might be chance of requirement of water too. So we can't run a pump without electricity. Such conditions we need to use some diesel pumps for usage of or sending of these supplying of these waters to the required areas. So now we'll discuss the advantages suitable for any type of topography. Sufficient pressure can be provided due to pumps. Sufficient water is available with pressure for firefighting. Similarly, there are some disadvantages. This system requires continuous power supply. Sufficient water quantity is always required for pumping. It is not economical. There are more losses and wastages. It requires more maintenance. So here I have been showing you the image regarding the pumping system, how the water is being distributed. Here the treatment plants is going to send the water to a pump house, and here we are not going to store any type of water. Whatever the water is going to come from treatment plant, we will be sending it through pump house, and from pump house, considering the pump house, it is being lowerly elevated, and the pipeline, it is being going upwards. Then here we don't find any type of gravitational force, and water is going to be pushed by some external application that will be done by the pump, and it will be reaching a house by pressure, which will be sent by the pump to required areas, and the distribution area, where whatever the elevated area it will be, till that point it will be sent. So next we will be discussing the combined system. The combined system is also known as dual system. The pump is connected to mains as well as to an elevated reservoir. If there is small demand, water is stored in the elevated reservoir. If the demand is more, water is pumped as well as stored in the reservoir and supplied. This is most commonly used method in modern days. So now combined system is being implemented in modern days in such areas where this gravitational force or gravity system is being applied, where the water is being supplied with gravitational force, as well as the pump is being allotted where the elevated areas, it's been complicated, or it cannot be sent with gravitational force. The pump is being used for sending the water to higher elevated positions. And here he has been the sentence, it's mean the pump is being used where it is very necessary and very high pressurized water is being required. There we will be using the pump for enforcing the extra pressure on the water. So now we will discuss the advantages This system is overall best system. It is economical, efficient and reliable. At failure of pumps and power, this method is quite effective. Pumping rate is uniform and it is also effective for fire fighting. So this is a type of combined gravity and pumping system where some elevated reservoir it's been stored, and the pumping house it is exactly behind the elevated reservoir, and whatever the stored water it's in the elevated reservoir, it is easily sent to the required areas, and the pump house sends the water to the elevated reservoir to store the water, and it is going to send to the distribution area where the water is required in pressurized way. So this ends the water supply distribution system. Thank you.